So I want to do a quick video. Today's May 20th. Cherry tree, not much in terms of flowers this spring. There's a couple down there, right in the base of the branches, but I don't think they're going to have any cherries or anything. The Hollywood plum might have like a plum, maybe. There is one right there, but it looks like it's already been chewed on or something. It's looking not healthy, so that's probably going to fall off. But the tree looks good. The Burbank plum looks like it's doing alright. There's lots of the grass actually had little plumlets starting. This one's no longer starting because I just pulled it off. But there's some decent size, a little smaller than an olive for most of the stuff right now. And they're all over this tree for the most part, which is very good. The elephant heart, not so much. It might have 3 or 4 little things. Pretty much this branch has some right here. And then there's a couple more here and there, but not much. Methley, surprising this year, did pretty much nothing. There was only a couple flowers. The graft up here has one right there. There's a little fruitlet right there. Really not focused, but we'll see. 2 and 1, not much happening on that one. It might have 1, maybe 2 plums on it, but I haven't found them yet. So Kieffer pear doing very good so far, at least from the looks of it. These are like big olives. And then the I think it's a red heart pear, red Senstaion pear. It's the graft here is actually doing pretty well and had flowers and might actually have some fruit. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. I did do a graft here. I think it's Seckel. The Burbank, or not the Burbank, the Bartlett pear here is doing okay. I mean, there's lots of growth on it. It has like 2 pears, 3 pears on it maybe. Had more pears last year, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But Cortland, or Macintosh. This is Macintosh tree. It's got all the different grafts on it, and for the most part, it had flowers on almost everything. I think all the grafts had flowers. This one I thought didn't have flowers, but I look over here and has flowers down here even, so, well, has fruits. So maybe those will turn into apples, we'll see. They'll probably fall off. Won't hold my breath. We'll see. Nothing from Winter Banana, nothing from Emperor Francis, nothing from Nugent. 2 and 1. I have 2 cherries on it. I probably had 4 flowers on it, maybe. So 2 cherries, maybe 3 cherries. I know where 2 are. There might be a 3rd one in there somewhere. Not so great though. White gold, nothing, nada. Craig's Crimson, nada. I think this is Vandali, nothing. Oh, Reliance Peach, it did not do very well. It died back. It's got a lot of suckers coming up. I'll have to pull them off, but it's alive. Saturn Peach, it's alive, no flowers. This is a new one I planted this year. Finger Lake Super Hardy. This one had nothing. I think this is Blushing Star Peach. 4th of July Peach, nada. Lots of rootstocks. I think the only one here that's actually anything is this one on the end. Here. Kristen. That one on the end's Kristen. These other three here are nothing. I think this is Fuji Apple. I don't believe this one flowered. Nope, there's some, I stand corrected, there's some little fruitlets that are going to fall off. So it did flower, just not much. Dug up that one, planted it on the other side. This one, this is Liberty Apple, nothing yet. This one had a couple flowers. Maybe we'll get some apples, maybe not. These ones, these actually worked. The grafts are alive. They're growing. This is Red Delicious. And this may have been the one that didn't flower. Yeah, this one didn't flower this year, which was odd. New Cortland, just planted that this year. Empire, lots of flowers, lots of little fruit. Century Peach, I believe. Nothing. 4-in-1 Peach. I think there were a couple flowers on the frost. And maybe a flower on this back one. Which was, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure Frost had a flower in that back one. It's Mary Jane, I believe. That might have had a flower. Harkin. This one had a couple peach flowers. I mean, it got down to -15 a couple days in a row here. This one here had a couple flowers, but maybe 4. Nothing on this one. Nothing on this one. Looks pretty sad. Winter did pretty good number on most of the peaches. What is this? This is Early White Giant. Nothing on that. Nothing on the pear, though it looks okay. Mona Cherry looks like it almost got done in. It's just hanging in there barely. Hopefully it'll make it. The Ozark Plum. We did have a decent number of flowers on the Ozark, not as many as normally. But, you know, maybe 30% of what normally would have or had last year. There are some little fruit here and there, which is promising. A couple of the grafts that have grown up to trees. This one I believe is Seneca. No, it's Juanita. This one's Juanita. Oh, look at the labels. This one's Superior. Juanita has plums on it. Superior has nada. This one is Golden Nectar. Nothing on this. I cut it way back again. Trying to get the structure a little better. This is Santa Rosa. Nothing on them. I cut that one back. Trying to change the structure. Red Baron. Actually had 3 or 4 flowers. None of them did anything. This is another Hollywood Plum. It actually had a couple flowers. It might have some plums in there. Haven't found them yet, but this is Granny Smith. I don't believe this one flowered. I don't believe it has any flowers. I don't see any fruit on it for sure. And then these are the grafts behind it. I cut them down somewhat. I probably should move these ones. This is Arkansas Black. It has fruiting bud, had flowers, had buds, and I'm stepping on some of the grafts here, or not grafts, rootstocks that suckered up. Pink Delight, it had some flowers, but it's not happy. I moved it this spring, and I probably should have moved it last fall. It is definitely not happy. Another Arkansas Black. It looks totally dead. Fire blight, I'm not sure. There's a little sucker coming off on the side. Little red leaf something or other. Yellow, transparent. It's not very happy, but it does have some actual buds. This is one of the grafts that I transplanted this year. North Pole, it's doing okay. It had flowers as well. I don't think they're gonna manage to turn into anything. Looks like they're gonna fall off. Oh, this one is Seneca Plum. I don't believe it had any flowers, but I transplanted it this year, so hopefully it'll do okay next year. One of the peaches, Mary Crest Nectarine. It's pretty much died back, but it's actually coming back alive. The new one I planted this year. This is Reliance Peach. This one looks like another one that died way back and died. Nectarcrest. And the growth is just above the graft union, so it might be actually valid. This is Contender Peach. I planted this one this year. What is this? And we'll see how it works out. Doesn't look like it's growing much, which is not a good sign. White gold. This one doesn't look like it's going to make it. It started coming alive and then it started to die, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out, but it looks like it's going to, the top is dead and the the rootstock is growing. This was a replacement, another white gold. It looks okay. This is a graft, Lapin graft from a year ago. This is a Royalton replacement. It looks like it's a very sucky replacement because it's not growing. This is the old Royalton, which looks pretty much dead, except for a little growth just on the graft union. So maybe it'll come alive, maybe it won't. My guess is it'll be okay if nothing hits that little growth. So that's the majority of the trees. Let's go over here. Got the flowers planted, all the dahlias. The vegetables for the spring. Got to plant those, some flowers in there. Stanley Plum, planted this year. We'll see how it does. This is I can't remember, Shinko, Asian pear, and I grafted on 20th Century. I did a bud graft right here. Let's see if it focuses. Anyway, we'll see if that grows. I don't know. I did another graft on the stick there, and that's not growing too hot. Looks like it's dead. Going back. Forgot the bamboo. Get the bamboo real quick. Alright, here's I think it's yellow striped bamboo. Got a little bit of a shoot growing here. Very surprised, but pleasantly surprised. We'll see how well that turns out. Tree's looking pretty good. I gotta get more cardboard out here. Keep the weeds, letting the grass grow through the garden. I'm gonna spray it and try to annihilate the weeds for once. Hopefully Roundup will kill them all. We'll see. Got lots of beans growing up over there. All the big green leaves are beans. There's some sunflowers from last year. Over here I planted another, I think it's Vivax, giant timber bamboo. Planted that here by the stick. The bamboo stick hasn't come up yet, we'll see. They look pretty good. And then all over here, planted all kinds of sunflowers all the way down, and then big ones in the back, little sunflowers in the front, and then beans in between. Garden's looking good over here. The honeyberries are doing well. Lots of flowers. Strawberries right there are doing great. And it's very nice. The peach tree here, weeping peach, that had lots of flowers. It's doing well. Bleeding heart, which is not in the garden, but there's just flowers everywhere. These guys, unfortunately, used to look like that. They're kind of ended. Either that or they're closed up. Peony will open up pretty soon. There's a nice flower bud on the top. These look pretty. They're nice. They're starting. Let's see here. Any of the honeyberries on the honeyberry. There were some here the other day. I'm sure they are still here. It's just can't find them. To look later, maybe when they get bigger. All right, and then final garden. Lilies are growing. Planted some marigolds. Put the dahlias in the. Put a couple dahlias in here. They're not up. There is one right there in the middle. Put the calla lilies here. There's some more calla lilies. Garlic. If you like garlic, I got garlic. There's some flowers on the blueberries. On the blueberry bushes that are left, at least, that is. This one's pretty small, but that's what there is. The lilac in the back flowered. This one lived right here. That one lived. That one got chewed by rodents. Girdled it, but it grew up at the base. And this is the pink one. Light pink. Whitish pink. It's doing okay. And then I planted beans on the fence. So we'll probably have tons of beans this year again. And then the wisteria, that's growing pretty well actually. And that's it for the garden this year. Did plant some more bamboo over here. Grass seeded that right there. No growth that I can see. Trumpet vine right there, that's growing, looking good. And then Kwanzan cherry, that's growing there. Another bamboo, not growing, so we'll see. And that's this year's May 20th report.